Another time I see you when you've got a very long trip to make. Always better when you've got a long trip to make after you've won a game.
Yeah, listen, long trips are not ideal, but they're part and parcel of a league campaign. And we were fortunate, the club was fortunate. Sorry, I wasn't here early in the season where the shorter ones were complete. So now we just seem to have all the longer trips. But again, that can be good for team spirit. It can enhance team spirit. The boys get to spend some time together. You look, listen and learn, and you do learn about your players on trips like this. And if you haven't got the character, the spirit and the determination, the desire, the work rate, the attitude, all those words we keep talking about, if you haven't got that going up to Barrow, you may as well not get on the bus. So we'll obviously have to bring all our traits with us and some more, because it's going to be a real tough trip and a real tough game.
Felt like a big win last time out as an outsider looking in.
Swindon, yeah, it was. Look, every win when you're below mid-table, every win is big, and I suppose when you're above mid-table, every win is big. So winning football matches is big. It was. We probably got a bit fortunate with the sending off, but I thought our lads in the first 10-15 minutes set their stall out. They come out of the traps, and they went into tackles. They meant business from the off. And I love that when I see them do that. I love that part of them, because they're well capable of it. And there's just been a few occasions that we haven't done it, and those few occasions you normally come unstuck. So when our lads are at it and they come out of the traps the way they did last week, and they set their stall out early doors, winning tackles, winning headers, and pressing people, closing people down, I'm really impressed with them. And you could actually get the energy and get the vibe from the crowd, and they energised the crowd. And then as the game grew and we grew, the crowd grew. I just thought it was a real good afternoon all round, and I would say that because we won the game, but I just thought the application was excellent, not just from the players, but the crowd sensed as well in the second half that we're hitting a bit of a lull because of the energy we put in, and a couple of weeks we'd had off with no game. I just thought the crowd got behind us and energised us a little bit later on in the game. Very similar to when we played Crawley and we were behind and we needed them. So fair play to them. There seems to be a real bond growing between the players and the supporters.
Hopefully it's something you can build on in terms of momentum of now maybe putting a winning run together.
Yeah, I suppose that's a challenge. That's a challenge to the group. That's a challenge to the lads. Go and put a couple of wins together. Go and put some points on the board. Go and get a little bit of consistency to our game and continuity, because there's no doubt about our performances. But as I keep stressing to the lads, performances don't make points. Don't give you points. Yes, we should have had more points. Yes, we got fortunate in one or two games, but over the whole, our performances have been really good, really strong. And I just hope, the old adage in football, the old saying is, if your performances are good, well then the points will follow. And I just hope that over the next couple of weeks, over the next month or two, I just hope the points come along coupled with the performances, because they have been strong. The performances have been strong, and long may the performances continue and the points keep coming.
What do you expect from Barrow?
I think that's the obvious question. It's obviously you've got a mental battle and you'll have a physical battle. So naturally the mental battle will be the 6 or 7 hours on the couch getting up there, and then the physical side of that will come between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Saturday. So you're gonna have to bring your A game. You're gonna have to be at it. You're gonna have to have all your credentials that you are a professional footballer on display, because you're gonna have to fight for every inch, every first ball, every second ball, every contact. It's going to be a real battle. It's going to be a real fight. They're an honest team. They were going really well over the early part of the season. They've had a great result last week at Colchester, a real professional performance. And I would call Barrow a very strong and efficient and effective team. So we need to be at it on Saturday. And if we're only half at it, or we dip our toe in the water and we don't like it, we may as well not go up, because this is going to be tough. This is going to be real tough. Probably similar to the Carlisle game, whereby I did think the lads applied themselves excellently in the first 46 minutes.
a testing little spell, 3 games in 8 days coming up for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's going to be a tough month, as you say, with all the travel. But like I say, we and you'll probably know me by now. We concentrate on the one game at a time. I can't do anything about what's coming next week or the week after. So I've got to look at the first game. That's Barrow. We'll deal with that. We'll assess. We'll look at it after the game, and then we'll assess on Sunday morning. But so far as we're concerned, Barrow is the immediate test. That's what we're looking at, and that's what we put all our energies into on Saturday.
How are you looking with injuries? Obviously, you've lost Declan Drysdale.
Yeah, Declan is recovering. He's on that road. So fingers crossed. That's a bit quicker than we anticipated, because he's a big player for us. We do miss him, not only on the field but off the field, because he's a massive character around the club. He's a real driving force. He pushes standards. He drives the players. He's vocal. He's a proper leader, really, to be fair, for such a young lad. And I see him growing into a future captain. If not here at a football club. So to lose someone of that character is a blow. We replaced him obviously with Matty Baker, and Matty's similar. But injury wise we're okay as far as I know. The lads are not in today obviously, so we'll assess again in the morning. But I've said that on numerous times in a press conference on a Thursday, and then Friday morning, bang! I got hit. We've uncovered 1 or 2 little niggles. So yeah, look. As I say, fingers crossed, and at this moment in time, everybody's fit and healthy, apart from obviously Declan.
It's my first time seeing you since the transfer window shut, or slammed shut, as I think we have to say in football. Obviously now your squad is your squad. You happy with the business the club was able to do in January?
Yeah, look, it was a difficult window for us, to be quite honest. It was difficult. We've done as best as we could. It was an interesting window. It was a great learning curve for myself, and we got a couple of players in. We have strengthened, hopefully. Hopefully we've got some real good lads in, and hopefully last Saturday against Swindon was what's to come, and what they can do and what they can show. But like I said, I stress, I wouldn't expect, and I wouldn't want too much pressure heaped upon these new lads. They're coming into an environment that they're not used to. They're coming into a club that they know, I would say, very little about. So they'll have to learn on the job, and look, they'll hopefully enhance us. And if last Saturday is anything to go by, yeah, we've had a good window. But again, I wouldn't be able to comment now. Probably 2-3 months down the road, it might be a better way of assessing, a better way of looking at what we got in. But yeah, I have to be relatively pleased with what we were able to do. Would have obviously liked to do a little bit more, or shake things up a little bit, but we done what we could do.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Greg.